Serious, what was your weirdest/creepiest online experience? It seems I have some sort of online stalker right now. Someone giving out my number all over the internet claiming to be some attractive girl named Sarah. I have thirsty guys texting me almost every day looking to hook up. It was funny at first, but now that the random dick pics have started, it's a bit much. I'm a dude, definitely not some horny girl named Sarah you met on Omegle. It is creepy because it started 6 months ago and is still happening consistently, and I have no idea who it could be because I changed my number 12 months ago and only a handful of people I know in real life have the number. Some person did text me knowing the city and area I live in, started threatening to find me if I didn't show him my boobs. It's just insanity. I can solve this problem for you with a little bit of work. 1. Write down a list of every person you've given your new phone number. 2. Change to a new number, but get multiple Google phone numbers. Set up a voicemail on each one. 3. Give out your new number to all the different people on your list. The one that is spammed with creepy voicemails is your culprit. 4. Hire an attorney and clean that butthole out for harassment. Or he just got unlucky and his new number is one previously used by a Sarah. Or, someone just wanted a fake number to give people online to mess with them and didn't think someone might actually be using that number. Yeah, reminds me of the guy who got tons of pictures of butts sent to him one day. Turned out that it was Sir Mix-a-Lot's birthday and this guy got his old phone number. Web link. Hey, use this copy/paste, auto-reply. We have detected the transmission of unsolicited pornographic images of potentially illegal nature, code :36489A, and your device's IP address has been forwarded to the police department pending an investigation. If you think this is a mistake, reply stop. Should probably change it from unsolicited pornographic images to pornographic images depicting a minor. Send a dick pic as response, most will back off. It works even better if you send back a picture of half a dick. So show him your moobs? Or the South Park technique, your ass cheeks with a necklace. Go to your cell provider and get your number changed. Is it possible that your new number was Sarah's old number and she has it listed somewhere? I got a new number and still get texts for a Georgia. Oh Lord. My wife got a new phone and number after changing jobs. The new number was near daily getting pervy texts from what looked to be escorts and other partners, of both genders, for a guy named Robert. They were typically personalized enough that you could tell they were real, as opposed to spam. For a while she would reply that Robert no longer has the number, etc. Eventually the messages mostly stopped. Until one day she got a long message asking if any friend or family of Robert was still maintaining the number, because they had heard that he died and wanted to confirm/share condolences, etc. She replied that she'd had the number for a long time now and didn't even know who Robert was. So the person replies with the last name and some positive words. We looked the guy up and he turned out to be a fairly high-ranking employee with our county government prior to his untimely death. He was late 50s. A respected family man, who was apparently banging folks, and paying some of them, all around the country. Wow. What a loser move. Whoever the guy is not your friend. And to do it for that long as well. Maybe invest in some throwaway phones or whatever just so you can have some space without all the dick pic clutter. I was casual friends from someone I played RuneScape with for a year. We didn't know each other outside of RuneScape. One day we argue about something petty and suddenly they PM me all my details, my home address, my family members. My stomach sank. Well, keep going, what happens next? I forgave them and tried to keep it simple. It didn't really work though, as they kept trying to manipulate me. We moved over to a different game as I wanted to take a break from RuneScape. The lies just kept building up, everything they told me about them was a lie, and I just decided to end it with a F yourself. Then I cut ties, blocked them on RuneScape. They had my phone number and tried calling me a few times on private. I set my phone to automatically send private calls to answer machine. They kept comparing me to someone who was about to snap and go on a killing spree, even though I'm far from the character. The whole ordeal was quite upsetting to me, and 1 year later I'm struggling. Edit. She kept asking me to ask her out every week. If I did, she would say no. Like WTF. Sounds like projection/gaslighting. There are some real psychos on the internet. That's scary. I didn't learn what gaslighting meant until after that incident. But it all made sense. What I don't understand is why? Why, if I didn't respond on 2 minutes to a message, they would start berating me? Why did they purposely start an argument on my birthday and then ghost me for a few months? Why did they just manipulate me in general? I just don't get it. I had never wronged them, and I go out my way to be nice to everyone. Sounds like it was more about them having control over someone regardless of who it was. I wouldn't take it personally. They wanted control by any means possible. You didn't let them have it. You win. My ex was like that. Red flags. Watch for them in the future. Like, someone should enjoy your company and well as their own. Not try to make slaves. It's abuse. I'm really sorry you went through this, but know that it isn't your fault and the person on the other side is incredibly effed up. That person needed you, for their projections and games, more than you needed them. It sounds like they lost their mind when you put up boundaries. From now on, remember that you have a right to boundaries and to be treated with respect. Drop those people the first time they show you who they are. Wait so you're the one who's going to go on a killing spree but they're the one doing that crap. Not good if they have your address and all that. Really worrisome. Stay safe. You probably clicked on a phishing link or gave away something in a conversation. Never. I'm cautious about clicking links. I suspect they may have befriended one of my in real-life friends from Rest and got information from them, or somehow found out info from my old login names, somehow find my old Reddit account which I had posted personal info. I'm guessing with enough stalking they'd find the info they wanted. I deleted my old Reddit account and I'm careful about posting personal identifying info on this one. Some people only keep their Reddit accounts for a few months and then just make a new one. If you feel uneasy on the internet, that may be a good idea for you. Sorry you had to go through that. When I was a kid, my computer has hacked, I guess. I wasn't the only one using it, and definitely wasn't the one that got the virus, but a chat would pop up telling me to remove my shirt and undress, and the camera light turned on. I was like 9. Oh no. Webcams have always been exploited, and still are. Won't ever install an internet-connected cam in my house for these reasons. I know so many people with indoor Ring cams and they just sketch me out, especially if you listen to Hackable. At my home we don't use internet cams. We use full hardwired security cams, so if something weird happens we go to our 1 terabyte hard drive and look at previous captures from the camera. No possibility of hackers if there is no Wi-Fi. Physical webcam covers are a godsend. My laptop came with a built-in cover you can slide over the webcam. I was pleasantly surprised when I got it because I had been using a post-it note on my old computer. From time to time I receive random text messages from different numbers and somehow the conversation always ends with "you know me" from the other person. Maybe it's the same person. A long time ago while playing Counter-Strike 1.6 I got into an argument with another player and they opened up my disk tray to my desktop computer. I turned my computer off and unplugged it so fast. That is when I truly learned how vulnerable you are on the internet back in the early 2000s. Lol. That reminds of the old link you could select advertising a free cup holder. You hit it and it would open the CD tray. Really? That's hilarious. That was brilliant. I used to use it back when I had a CD tray. Yeah, I remember it was a chain email that said it was from the Coca-Cola company and they were offering you a free cup holder. When you clicked it, your CD tray popped out. Well, how the F did they do that? I have no idea, but it scared the crap out of me as a young teen back then. I remember back in early 2000s people were sending around software that gave the sender access to the receiver's computer. This typically was around on AIM chats. I don't remember it being super malicious, but you could open the disk tray with it and do some minor other things. I think you open files and move them around. Remember the links that would open an endless amount of browser tabs in new windows? They'd pop up so fast that you couldn't close them fast enough. It didn't matter anyway. They just kept coming. Only thing to do was restart the computer and hope you'd saved whatever it was you were working on. Then the browsers fixed that and some pioneer discovered splitting iframes was basically the same thing. NetBus. People made server plugins that allowed people to do this. CS 1.6 had commands to play music from a CD, and for whatever reason, they put enough of a framework in the game that a server command could open and close your CD tray with the right plugin. I had a friend tell me a similar story. She was talking to some dude online. He told her he could do some pretty cool hacks with computers. She asked him to show her, and he started messing with her desktop. She got freaked out, unplugged it, and didn't go back on it for a few weeks. This was also early 2000s. Just last week my wife asked on a community group whether she could walk people's dogs for them. She got a message from a dude saying he'd pay her $100 for a pair of her socks after she'd worn them for a day of walking. Sounds like an easy $100. Right? Still creepy though. Crap, I would have my wife respond yes, then send a pair of my socks. They wouldn't ask again. My kid once gave out his password to some random guy on the internet who promised he would level him up in a game. Yeah, that guy got into all my kids' accounts and added his home address, which was in a different state. So, that got reported to the police, and I got to sit my then 11-year-old down and have a very frank talk about what we don't ever do online with strangers. I used to admin a Minecraft server, and the users didn't realize admins could see all private messages. Had to step in when I saw one young kid giving his address and phone number to another user. Lol, they went off and said would call the police for spying on them. But really, I just didn't want our server to be the source of a child napping, etc. They can endanger themselves on their own server. Good for you, madmen, protect the innocent. A few months ago I wasn't aware that scammers could send emails with your password on it, until recently. It was near midnight and I was doing online school, since I worked the entire day. I then decided to check my email and my spam folder, because it's sometimes funny to see what ends up there. Well, I found an email that said my password as the first word, for some random site, but I was unsure which one it was. After that they said that they had a video of me having a fun time after they secretly turned my camera on. And they then went on to explain they got my password from a porn site, and complimented my tastes. They then demanded a $1,200 PayPal transaction, and that if I didn't do it by midnight, they'd spread it to everyone I know and across the internet. I deleted the email, and was literally shaking. Then after a talk with a local police department, they told me that it was a scam, and that other people call for the same fears. So I just deleted it, and so far nothing has happened. Definitely scared the crap out of me, as I'm used to scam calls but not emails. I made sure to change my password on everything and have two-factor authentication, and I don't even have an account for porn. Stay safe, those scammers are persistent and will say anything to get petty money. I get those emails all the time at work, although none of them contain a password. Funny thing is, my work computer is a desktop, no camera to be found anywhere in my office. Not to mention every single email states the same stupid crap: we've watched you visit porn sites, we've watched you while on the porn sites, and etc. I've received these emails written in English, pseudo-English, Japanese, Korean, and French. If anybody complimented my taste in porn, I would be more concerned about their mental well-being. I'm sorry to hear that, internet stranger, but on the bright side, maybe we can get a 2-for-1 discount on our therapy. I was playing GTA 5 a few years ago, and I was talking in a lobby with the other players. One of them asks if I had went to Dollar General that day. I did, so I asked why. I figured he was setting up a joke or something. He said he was at Dollar General earlier and recognized my voice, and that he lived on First Street, which was the street next to mine. I didn't talk much after that. Okay, besides how weird that is, do you have a unique voice? GTA servers were a bit funny like that initially. I found plenty of people that lived very close to home on release month. Several that were a few streets away. It was a know somebody know everybody kind of suburb. Pretty sure they work peer-to-peer in the general lobbies. So it would connect people nearby preferably. That would probably do it. Not at all. Is this that weird actually? Like, did he say anything weird or out of pocket besides this? Otherwise, it's legit just a crazy coincidence and sounds more like the origin story of a friendship than anything else. Laughing my butt off. I had an amusing experience once. I got a random message saying, "Hi Annie, it was great to meet you last night. You were quite the kisser." I'm taken aback, as my name is Annie but I hadn't been out anywhere. So I reply saying, "I'm sorry, you've got the wrong number." He replied apologizing. Then about an hour later the number texted again and said, "Are you sure you are not Annie?" I said, "I am called Annie. But I didn't kiss anyone last night, I was at home." So I asked where he thought he had met me and he named a club that was in my local city. I was so confused. Curiosity got the better of me and I actually called him and we had a chat. It turned out he had kissed a girl called Annie and they ended up getting separated in the club and he wanted her number. He said he got my number from her friend that he had seen coming out of a toilet. I figured it must be someone I knew that had another friend called Annie and she gave the wrong Annie's number. He described what she looked and I narrowed it down to 3 people. I sent out a text to them and sure enough it had been one of them. I asked her to check with the other Annie if she wanted her number passing on and she did. I passed the number on. A couple of weeks later I caught up with this friend, I actually worked with her, who said they had had a couple of dates, it was going well. That was my good deed. Even if it was a bit weird. Can you wing woman for me sometime? You went above and beyond to end up helping the guy. You got it, I'm quite the wing woman. Curiosity got the better of me, to be honest. My friend said he was quite the looker, so I think I missed out. Story of my life. That went from creepy to wholesome real fast. Happy for you, other Annie, and dude. Annies unite for the greater good. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.